Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now we got 10 new facts from Horizon Forbidden West revealed that wasn't in the revealed gameplay. Now this comes from Game Informer interview, and I will link it down below for those interested for the whole thing. We're gonna break down all the new things they talked about that are interesting in terms of gameplay and story. Starting with climbing, we can see Aloy climbing along the pillars in the demo and kind of in a more free form. Well, actually the game will have free climbing now, and what that means is you can climb mountains, rocks, cliffs, and the paths are not going to be so obvious. You'll have to kind of use your focus scan to see where you're going, and this, according to Director Matthias, they really want to open up the way you traverse and climb the environment, kind of taking a note from Death Stranding and what Hideo Kojima did there with the climbing mechanics using their engine, of course. In combination of the grappling hook and the glider, it will make traversal in general a lot more fluid, fast, and as the director mentions, just make it overall more fun to traverse the world of Horizon Forbidden West. With the second thing they talked about, which is perhaps obvious and not, is that the game is cross-gen. When they were asked about next-gen performance, the first thing he talked about is that the game is being play-tested and developed and thoroughly kind of tested on PS4 to make sure the people of PS4 consoles are getting a good experience, but obviously they're amping things up for the PlayStation 5. And one of the things they mentioned was the DualSense controller with haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, of course the idea of pulling back an arrow on your bow, the feeling of weapons being fired or getting hit, and the feeling of environment, along with 3D spatial audio. It's really going to take advantage of the PS5's hardware to utilize and really immerse you into the world as well. And we finally get, I think they never mentioned what they're called in the demo. Those power-ups that she was using her spear are called Valor Surges, and you'll actually be able to acquire them via skill tree, and it'll have basically support various different play styles, and you'll have various Valor Surges specific to those play styles, and one can be activated at a time. And now the Valor Surge, what we know about it is the bar will be filled by playing tactically and earning tactical XP, as the game director points out, and that means stealth eliminations, headshots, weak point damage. Basically playing smart will yield you tactical XP. So it looks like alongside combat XP and regular XP, we're going to be getting tactical XP. We'll see how that really plays into the whole skill tree, which is the whole thing. Other thing they pointed out, that the whole skill tree in this game is completely redesigned from ground up to really give players choice to play in the style that they want. If you want to be more stealthy, if you want to be more aggressive, if you want to be more long range, they'll provide you. If you want to be more tool focused or whatever it may be, they're giving you the option to kind of tailor your character more and give you more options and expand upon. Which brings me to the whole idea of melee combat, and that's the thing I was excited for the most, because that's my biggest grief with the first Horizon Zero Dawn, is the melee combat was very weak, and it looks like they're talking about the combat system will be expanded with combos, and each combo is not going to just have for example, a long chain of moves, but it has its own purpose by giving a knockback effect or giving an explosive effect. For example, he gave one example where a combo chain by the end will leave a mark on an enemy, and if you shoot that mark with an arrow, it will cause an explosion. So you'll know how to utilize each of the combo chains, which again will be tied to various character skill trees to really favor a certain style in the game. I think that's a great way, first of all, to give variety to players, to give a reason to replay the game so you can check out different styles of gameplay. I think they're really just kind of building upon of what Horizon is and making it just that much more. They've also talked about the story will take place 6 months after Horizon Zero Dawn, and he did mention a lot of returning characters will be back beyond Eren. And of course we got this idea of the Red Blight degrading the biosphere and kind of killing the world slowly, and she will journey through the Forbidden West to try to find the source of it and what's kind of causing it. And something they talked about when they were asked how big is the game going to be, how many biomes are going to be there, how many different environments. They said, of course, we saw San Francisco, the more beach kind of tropical area, but beyond that there'll be many biomes that they didn't want to go into detail. But Ben, the narrative director, mentions that there will be a cold region. So he said for anybody who was a fan of the Frozen Wilds, which I thought was an amazing DLC, they're going to have a cold region. So it's safe to say it's most likely going to have multiple biomes, if not multiple states of the West Coast, which completely makes sense. Now, I might have been one of the people who actually missed this in the original gameplay because they kind of mentioned it, but they mentioned that this game will have a workbench. Now, a workbench is a new addition to this game because you'll be able to actually tinker with your weapons, and it'll be in different settlements. It'll give you a chance to acquire resources, upgrade your weapons and outfits, and each will have tiers of that you can level up and bring up, because they're going to open up new skills. As you upgrade a weapon to a certain level, you'll open up a new skill, you'll now open up new ammo types for the weapons, basically giving you a different system from the first game where you just kind of hunted down the highest level gear, and that's all you would ever wear. Here's like, let's say if you like a particular weapon or armor, you're able to level up to an extent and make it basically useful again and just play the way you want to play the game. When they were talked about the release window for the game, however, they did say they're still on track for 2021, but they're not sure, obviously, with the pandemic and everything that's going on, if they're going to hit that mark. So they just want to make sure they have a solid understanding of where they are in the game, or in the development of the game, before announcing an official release date, because they want to be sure they can hit the date. And all the information we got from this interview, it just kind of again shows me they're taking what we love about Horizon for Zero Dawn and just completely expanding it and making it a lot more intricate, and fixing systems we didn't like melee combat, and improving systems like traversal mechanics, and keeping the things that we did like, and introducing new monsters, I should say machines, and different tribes. I mean, it's exactly what you want from a sequel. You want what kept you, what got you there in the first place, and expand upon the things that you want to see more of, or things you want to get fixed. So I think it's a great addition to everything they're going to be doing. The free climbing and the melee combat being the two biggest ones for me. Swimming was not a huge deal for me, but the fact that it has it in the game is awesome. So I'm going to be waiting to see more information about this game, and I'll make sure to cover it on this channel, so we can get all the Horizon Forbidden West information as it kind of comes out. But I would like to hear from you guys. Does this interview kind of help you answer some of the questions that you had with this game? Are you excited for it? Are you going to pre-order it? Have you beaten Horizon Zero Dawn? If you haven't, what are you doing here? Go play it right now. And if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to subscribe down below, because I'll be covering various action game news, leaks, pre and post release information, patch updates. I'll try to do as much as I can on this channel and kind of focus in on action genre overall. So make sure you enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.